What's going on, guys? How you doing today? You rocking out with the one and only PhillyDom. I'm out here with my friend Master Wayne. He's gonna talk to you guys about Amazon today, and this job will give you the opportunity to be able to travel, live. Would you say debt free? Would you say debt free, Master Wayne? Is that a possibility?
And not only debt free, but also financially free. You'll be able to live, the way life was intended.
Sorry about the noise. We got some people in the background. I'm gonna have to do the live app, but it's packed place where I'm at. So we're just waiting for the people to come on the live. I don't know what's taking so long. Okay, here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Yeah, here
Yeah,
they
it's,
come.
it's, it's football Sunday. It's playoff time, so we're gonna knock this out real quick.
Okay. They in the live. People in the live. There's only a couple, but they there.
Okay.
I think as you talk, YouTube will start sending it out even more.
Okay. Yeah. So, what's up? I'm Master Wayne. I've been selling on Amazon going into 10 years now, and it's given me financial freedom. And I've taken it and I've decided to reach back and teach other people how to duplicate my success and become an Amazon seller and create financial independence for not only yourself, but also your family. All right, so I've been to 15 countries. I've been to on 3 continents, and I've been to 41 states. And this is what I do full time. I literally travel the world full time. The only time I go home to Atlanta is simply for holidays like Thanksgiving and sometimes Christmas or a wedding or a funeral. That's basically it. I've been living in the Dominican Republic now for 16 months. And when I leave here in March, the first week of March, I'm going to just throw a dart at a map, and then I'm going to go to either Brazil, Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, or Africa. So I'm just going to share with you exactly how I have my life set up and how I can help you do the same. So um, Amazon is a full-time business for me, and it's a global marketplace. So what I decided to do is I decided to mentor 100 clients. And right now I have approximately 70. So I only have spots for maybe 30 more clients left. And so the first thing I do is I start teaching you the Amazon business model in a nutshell. So I'll help you register to become an Amazon seller, and I'll walk you through that process so you don't make any mistakes. Because if you do make a mistake with setting up your Seller Central account, then you can be out of business before you even begin. The second thing I do is if your credit isn't where it needs to be, I send you over to my credit repair expert. And this is absolutely free. It's built into the cost of the mentorship. And then after we get your credit repaired, the last step is to get you a fully formed business entity. That means setting up your LLC. So that's a limited liability corporation. That's making sure that you register your business with Dun & Bradstreet. You get a tax identification number from the IRS, and then you get a business checking account, a business address, a 1-800 phone number. So we just completely get you prepared to sell on Amazon by setting up your business entity in complete form. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the presentation. All right, so the first question I always get asked is this a scam? And to answer that, all you have to do is really just go back in time to when Amazon started off this program back in 2004. The internet was still pretty much in its infancy. And because of the internet, a lot of online universities and colleges started popping up all over the world. And so this put a lot of brick and mortar universities out of business because now people didn't have to travel to go to the campus. They could just stay at home and learn right on their computer, and they no longer needed the actual physical book. They could just download an ebook straight to their computer. So this left a lot of college university books in surplus. So the owner of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, said, send those books into Amazon and we'll sell them for you and then give you a portion of the proceeds. And so that's what people started going. They started gathering up as much books as possible, sending it into Amazon. Amazon would take a 15% fee and then pay you 85%. And this process was known as Amazon FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. So basically, once you found the books, you took them to the post office or UPS or FedEx, and you boxed them up and you sent them into Amazon, and they started arriving at what are now known as Amazon fulfillment centers. And that's just a gigantic Amazon warehouse. And then Amazon will put your books up on the shelves, and then boom, they would also appear on the Amazon website. And once they appear on the Amazon website, they would start to sell. Amazon would send it off to the customer for you, handle returns, handle customer service, and then they would pay you. And so this became very lucrative for Amazon. So Jeff Bezos woke up one day and said, okay, if we could do this with books, we could do this with virtually any product in the world. And thus the whole Amazon FBA process was born. So I would say 90% of all Amazon shoppers only know one phase of Amazon, and that's going to the website, purchasing a product, and then Amazon pulls that product off the shelf, they box it up, they put it on a delivery truck, and it arrives at your door. 90% of everyone in the world, that's all they know about Amazon. They don't know how the products arrive at the fulfillment centers, and they don't know where those products actually come from before they even arrive at the fulfillment center. But in short, the answer is 60% of the tens of millions of products that you see on the Amazon website are sent in by people like myself and my clients. So by third-party sellers, sort of like mom and pop shops. All right. And by doing so, it can make you extremely wealthy. You'll be a self-made millionaire if you follow the script and do this process correctly inside of a year or in a half or maybe 2 years. Just depends on how much money you initially have to invest. All right, so why should you even trust me? Do I even know what I'm talking about? Am I legitimate? And so what I'm going to do right now is just share a couple of my clients' reviews. And so this is a client of mine. He's a truck driver, and coincidentally, a lot of the loads that he drops off are Amazon FBA loads. So
hold on 1 second, Master Wayne. Sorry about that. It's not showing up on the screen.
The presentation.
Yeah, here it goes. Wait, hold on.
There you
go. There you go. There you go. Now you're good.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so Walt was one of my biggest skeptics, but now, he's an active client, and he just broke that $2,500 a month barrier. And right now he's still driving, tractor trailers full time. So, and he actually got on a plane and flew to the DR to meet me in person. And I took him back to my villa where I am now, and got on my computer and showed him the business step by step in person. And after that, he was sold, because he saw that there was no smoke screen. And he's not the only client to ever do that. This is another client of mine, Mark Metellus. And Mark and his wife were already selling on Amazon when he reached out to me. And he said that, listen, my wife and I are already selling books, but we can't make over $1,000 a month by selling the books. So he's like, I want to join your mentorship, and perhaps you can help us out. And here in this screenshot, you can see that now, almost 6-7 months later, Mark Metellus and his wife are now making over $11,000 a month because of my mentorship. All right, here's another client of mine. This is Vanessa. Vanessa reached out to me and said, Wayne, my husband just had a massive heart attack. He was the breadwinner, and we only have a limited amount of savings. So this really has to work. So I need to know that this is legitimate and this is going to work. And a couple of months later, this is Vanessa thinking that she was going to make $5,000 a month, but she actually eclipsed that and she made $6,000 a month. And that gave her the opportunity to now go and do her real passion, and that was write her book. And so now she's a breadwinner in her family, taking care of her husband as he's rehabilitating from that heart attack. And, so she was in the bind, but through my mentorship, has been able to transform her life completely. All right. And back in August of last year, my niece got married out in Las Vegas. So I left the Dominican Republic. I flew home to Atlanta, and then I flew out to Las Vegas for my niece's wedding. And while I was there, I had a client who lives in California. His name is TJ. And TJ got in a car and drove 3.5 hours up to Las Vegas to meet me in person. And so this speaks volumes about the level of service that I provide and what I teach you in the mentorship. And this is not a course. So if you're expecting to go to a website and watch 600 videos and hope that you could pull this off and learn this, it's not going to happen. That's not how I do things. This is a mentorship, and I'll walk you through the process step by step. And so right now, I'm succeeding at a rate of over 30%. Over 30% of my clients are all successful. Here's another client of mine. This actually used to be my esthetician when I lived in Atlanta. And, you know, one day she decided to ask me what I did for a living. So I told her, and, you know, she was blown away that she said, okay, I want you to mentor me. I want to become a client. And so, you know, in appreciation of that, her and her husband flew here to the DR to spend 6 days with me, just chilling at the villa, going out to the beach, you know, going out to restaurants, exploring. And man, we had a great time. So, you know, when you sit down and you offer this level of service, you know, your clients also become like your family because they see that you're legitimate. They see that you actually have a desire to help and you're changing lives. All right, here's another client of mine. This is Anthony Hampton. And as you can see, he's making over $10,000 a month, just like Mark Metellus. And I'm also going to teach you how to get cash back. So when you go to purchase a product, you're going to get cash back before you even make that purchase. And so what he's showing in the screenshot is that he also made an additional $242 in just cash back alone. And that right there would pay like for your car insurance, and you won't even have to take that out of your natural profits. And this is only one cashback extension. This is Be Frugal, but he uses 3 other cashback extensions and then 1 coupon finder, and he gets cash back for each of them. So just cash back alone, he's probably netting over $1,000 a month, and that right there would probably pay a lot of people's, you know, portion of your mortgage or something like that. And these are 3 other clients of mine who bought a plane ticket, flew all the way into the Dominican Republic to sit down with me and train in person. And yes, I do offer that as an option. So if you're not comfortable with learning on the computer, then you can be like Jay Gustavo, Mike Logan, Ernest Fultz, and fly directly into the Dominican Republic for a week or so or a couple of days, and I will start training you in person. And of course, I'll get you set up and operational before you even come. So if you just reach out to me and it's like, Master Wayne, I saw your presentation. I'm blown away. I got to get in. It's tax time. I'm about to get my refund check. Can you get me set up so when I fly in the DR, you can train me? No problem. This is definitely an option that's on the table. All right. Here's my very first client. I've known Elena now for 10 years. We used to play volleyball together habitually in the ATL. And we made it all the way to the championship and lost. So I took my whole team out to Top Golf, treated everybody to several rounds of golf, several rounds of alcohol, food, all that good stuff. And I whooped everybody in Top Golf, though. So, you know, you and I ever in Top Golf, I will give you a Top Golf beat down. All right. But long story short, afterwards, she was like, okay, Wayne, what do you do for a living? Because obviously you're on a whole different level. So I invited her back over to the crib and I trained her. And this is Elena now making over $10,000 a month. And it's transformed her life and her daughter's life. And here's my second client. This is Audrey, Miss Watson. And as you can see here, I started training Audrey August of 2020. So it was right during the middle of the pandemic and we were pretty much on lockdown. So we couldn't really do much. And so she would come over to my house and I would train her, and boom, you know, from August to December, she was able to get her business started through my mentorship. And she went from making no money at all to now making $3,000 to $5,000 every 2 weeks, not per month, but every 2 weeks. And she was married, and her husband was a breadwinner, and he would give her an allowance, but she couldn't do all the things that she wanted to. So after she joined my mentorship, it helped her transform her life. And this is how I actually got started with this business model of Amazon arbitrage. When I first started making money with Amazon, I got my passport back in 2015, and I flew to Medellin, Colombia. And I ended up meeting these two great guys right here, Giordano and Luke. And of course, I had a friend that came to visit me from Atlanta. She's a nurse. And so in this picture, we're all out to dinner. So Giordano actually became a client, and as you can see in the screenshot, he's doing very well. And Luke is actually the reason how I actually came up with this entire business model, because I was doing private label at the time, and he asked me, okay, so you sell your own products that you manufacture, but can you also sell the other tens of millions of products that I see for sale on Amazon? And at the time, I didn't know the answer. So I had to come home, get into the laboratory, do some research. And lo and behold, it took me 3.5 years to put the whole thing together and learn how to automate the process and duplicate it where I could teach it. So shout out to Luke Jordan for 20 questions. All right, so I've already told you that 30% of my clients are succeeding right now. But the startup failure rate for almost any business is actually 90%. So, 90% of all people who start a business or decide to take a course or learn how to make money, 90% of them fail and only 10% succeed. So, I'm beating the odds right now because this is a mentorship and I'm holding your hand, walking you through step by step. Now, I would love to be able to have a success rate of 100%, but in reality, not everybody is going to do the work. And so I can't jump on a plane, fly to everybody's house, knock on their door every morning and say, okay, get up, work your Amazon business for an hour. So obviously, succeeding is still going to be on you. And it's simply a matter of putting in the work and being consistent every day. Now, there's only 4 different kinds of people in life. The first person has a whole lot of time because they don't have a job. So they literally got 24 hours to blow off. However, when you don't have a job, naturally, you don't have the resources to travel because you don't have money. All right. So the next person, the second person, is the person who works a 9 to 5, and that's probably yourself. So if you work a 9 to 5, you don't have much time because you're dedicating 8, 10, 12 hours a day to that job. Now that gives you, a little bit more resources to travel. Maybe you could take a vacation once, maybe twice a year for a weekend or so. But, at least you got money coming in consistently. Now, the third type of person is a person who is self-employed. That person doesn't have any time because, again, they're dedicating all their time to their business. And then, they got the resources to travel and they got the money, but again, they're just short on time. So what we want to do is we want to eliminate the person with no job, the person with a 9 to 5, and is self-employed. And what I want to do is move you over into the business owner atmosphere. The business owner has nothing but time because employees run their entire business. They can travel as much as they want, and they have a surplus of money and resources so they can live their life on their terms the way I'm doing now, and also the way I'm directing and building up for my clients. So we got to get you to being a business owner, a jefe, as they say in Espanol. All right, so whether or not you knew this or not, Walmart, Home Depot, Costco, CVS, Target, Lowe's, Walgreens, Kroger, and Best Buy are the 9 largest retailers in the United States. So they're worth a little over $1 trillion. But what I bet you did not know is that Amazon is larger than all 9 of those retailers put together. It seems unbelievable, but men lie, women lie, numbers don't. All right. And here's a graph just to put that in perspective. Amazon is worth 1.4 trillion. The next closest competitor is Walmart at a little under $340 billion. So Amazon by itself is 3 times larger than Walmart. All right. So Fulfillment by Amazon, like I said earlier, was launched in 2006, and it serves 51% of the planet. So think about that for a second and put that into perspective. There's 7.9 billion people on this planet. Let's just call that 8 billion. Right now, Amazon serves over 4 billion people. This is crazy. There's never ever been a retailer in existence in all of human civilization that served half the planet already. All right, so this gives you the capacity to reach customers in 185 countries. And if you Google how many countries there are in existence, there are only 195. So by becoming an Amazon seller, you will only not be able to reach customers in only 10 countries around the world. There are probably some obscure small countries tucked away somewhere with very little infrastructure. But other than that, it's going to give you a global business. And Amazon does this because they have 100 fulfillment centers worldwide, and they're constantly building. And they also have 15 global sorting centers. So sorting centers is where they sort your products out and decide where your products will end up and where they're most needed. And then the fulfillment centers are where they're stored. And so once a customer buys it from the Amazon website, and then they're shipped out from these fulfillment centers. All right, so here's what I actually do, and here's what I'm going to teach you how to do. So this is an example. This is a Disney Monster Plush toy. Now, this is available at your local Target or Target, as some would say, for $16.99. Now, if you were to buy this on the Target website or go down to Target and pick it up, you could resell this legally on Amazon, and where the price retails for about $52.98. So think about it. You buy this for $16.99, and then you're going to resell it for $52.98. That's going to give you a profit of over $22, and your return on investment is going to be 133%. And so in a nutshell, that's the business model. But it gets better, because I'm going to show you how you can also get competitive analysis and data so you'll know what to sell. So as you can see here, I know that this product sells 45 times per month. And I can also see on the screen that there are only 3 sellers. So it sells 45 times a month, but there are only 3 people currently selling it. And I can also tell you how much of this toy they have in stock. And the answer is 8. So it sells 45 times per month, but these 3 sellers combined only have 8 in stock. So when you put that into perspective, now you start to see the power of Amazon. All right. And so now this is the breakdown. So remember, you buy this from Target for $16.99. You send it into Amazon and resell it for $52.98. 3, Amazon's going to take out their 15% fee, which is going to be approximately $13.14. Number 4, Amazon is now going to pay you what's called your payout balance. So that's going to be $39.84 after, of course, they take their fee. So that gives you a profit of exactly $22.85. And I don't know if you notice this or not, you will also reimburse the $16.99 that you shelved out just to buy the product in the first place. So the product actually ended up being free, and you made $22.85 profit on top of that. All right. So now you're probably starting to see why you can make so much money with this. So this is another one of my products, right? This is a Arctic crystal sewing machine. You can buy this from a website called Joanne, and for $119. All right, then you can send it into Amazon, where it retails for $259. So this gives you a profit of $77 and a return on investment of 66%. And it gets better. So as you can see right here, this gives you a profit output. So when I would come to Amazon every day and purchase this, I know that I'm making $385, and this whole process only takes me 5 minutes. I go to Joanne website, I purchase 5 of them, put them in my cart, I check out, I pay for it, and then I go through the process of sending it into Amazon, and that whole process takes no longer than 5 to 15 minutes. And so how many professions do you know make $385 with 15 minutes of work? Right? It's almost no profession makes $15 makes $385 for just 15 minutes worth of work. A lot of professions don't make $385 per hour, let alone in 15 minutes. So this is the beauty and the power of Amazon. Here's yet another one of my products. This is a digital electric smoker. I used to go over to Home Depot and purchase this. The price was $187. And then on Amazon, of course, it retailed for $500. And so my profit would be $135. And my return on investment would be 72%. And of course, I would try to purchase 8 at a time. And when you do that, that gives you a profit output of just 15 minutes worth of work. And so in 15 minutes worth of work, I would make $1,000. And so now you can start to see how this exponentially just starts to get better and better and better. So I buy 8 for $187. So that means my cost would be like $1,500. And then once I sold all 8 for $500, then I would make approximately just a little shy of $4,000. And then Amazon would take their fee, which would be $14.16. And then I'm left with a payout of $2,583.67. And so I was reimbursed the $1,500 that I paid for the product. And then on top of that, I also made $1,000 profit in less than 15 minutes. And you can see here on this side of the screen, this product sold 13 times every single month. So I had no problem selling 8 every single month. And then you can see right here that there's only one person in stock at the time when I put up the screenshot, and they were selling it at a little cheaper at $4.29, but they're FBM seller and they only had 3 in stock. All right, so going to the retailers and purchasing your products to send to the Amazon, that's the kiddie pool. But you're only going to do that for the first 90 days while I'm training you to set up your whole business and to learn the Amazon Seller Central Marketplace. All right. After that, you're going to graduate, and I'm going to take you straight into the teenage pool where now you can start to turn up. And that's going to be the Amazon wholesale model. So this is how this works. So you're going to go from shopping on wholesalers like Walmart and Target and Best Buy to now going straight to wholesalers and manufacturers like Disney, Marvel, Mattel, Uno, Nike, Under Armour, Michael Kors, Reeboks, Lego, Tonka Toys. You're going to go directly to the brand manufacturer or wholesaler. All right. So in this example on the screen, you can see these are 2 Disney products. The one up top sells 45,000 times per month. Think about that. 45,000 times per month. And there are only 16 people selling it. So that means each seller can sell approximately 2,831 units of these every single month. Now, we don't even have to do no complex math. Let's assume they're only making $1 profit. This one Disney product at the very top could make you $2,831 a month. And that's if your profit is only $1. Okay, so that's bananas. So now let's put that into perspective. $2,831 a month, that could pay most people's mortgage. That could pay your car note, your insurance, your cell phone bill, couple of credit card bills, take care of some monthly expenses, utilities, all that. That's one product. All right, one product. One of my clients who's making over $10,000 a month, he only has 48 products. Okay, so there's very little wiggle room to go that you'll need to go from 0 to 10K a month. You could do that with only about 50 products on average. Or if you go directly the wholesale path, you could do it a lot faster, but you got to learn the Amazon business atmosphere first. All right, so this next example, same thing, another Disney style toy, but this one sells 70,000 times per month. So that's 2,335 times a day, and there are only 4 people selling it. Sounds unbelievable, but men lie, women lie, the numbers don't. So you could potentially sell 17,000 of these units if you were one of these 4 sellers, or if you were a 5th seller, then you could probably sell about 15, 16,000 of these units. All right, and if your profit is only $1, $17,000 would change your life and the life of your family and your friends. And you would probably have to make an entire new group of friends after you get to this point. But this is the power of wholesaling. This is the power of graduating, taking you out of the kiddie pool from going to the retailers to now going to the big boy level, selling brands from wholesalers and manufacturers. And here's yet another example that I wanted to show you. So you can see for this particular product, it sells 1,437 times per month. Now, I'm not even going to tell you the name of this product. I'm just going to show you the stats. All right, so there are only 7 sellers on this product, and you can see their prices right there. $40.56 is the cheapest price, and the most expensive price is double that at $80.67. All right. And you can see over here the number of reviews. One of these, this number 2 seller has 85,000 reviews. So you know that this person is making a gargantuan amount of money just based on the amount of reviews that they have. And then this person has 58,000 reviews. This person has 2.7 thousand. That person has 8,000. Last one has about 30,000. So you could purchase this product for $5.45, right? And so you can sell it at the highest price of $80.67, which means your profit is going to be $58.47. So if you purchase, let's say you'd only purchase 200 units, right? 200 units would net you $11,000 a month. All right. And you can see every single month, this sells over 1,400 times. The only time it didn't sell over 1,400 times was in September and in June, where it came up 3 shy. Other than that, and look right here for March and April, 2,000 times. All right. Only 7 sellers. So now I know the gears in your mind should be turning, and you're starting to see the big picture here and how powerful this is. All right, here's yet another example. We all grew up on Uno. I know I did. I used to love Uno. And these are 2 Uno Mattel games. One is called Uno Extreme, and the other is just basic Uno. So this basic Uno game has a selling price, when I scanned it, of $14.29. But as you can see, now the lowest seller, the price is $14.99. So when I scanned this, that one seller had went out of stock. Because if you look at the stock level between all these sellers, so there are 21 sellers, but they only have 402 in stock combined. Yet this product sells 1,189 times per month. So in maybe 2 weeks, each one of these sellers will be out of stock. And then you'll have a whole list of other sellers coming on to replenish this, or these sellers will replenish their own inventory. So if we do some calculations, it sells 1,189 times a month. There are only 21 people selling it. And so that gives you room to purchase 56. That means each seller could sell 56 of these every single month. And so if you sold 56 for $8.18 as a profit, then you would make $457 every month off of this one product. So think about that. You grew up selling Uno. Now Uno is paying dividends to you for the rest of your life, and to the tune of almost $500 a month. It's beautiful. All right. And here's another Disney toy. All right. So this is like a little cardboard Princess Disney set where you can interchange the clothes of the princesses, right? Little girls love this type of stuff. Now you can see here that the profit on this after you sell it is $4.81. That gives you an ROI of 48%. It sells 1,021 times per month. Your buy price is $9.99, but you sell it for $27. So you end up making, let's say if you were to purchase 500 of these, then that would bring you back $2,404.30 per month. So Amazon is selling this, but they only have 5 in stock. So they'll be like out of stock in another hour. And then there's only one FBM seller left in stock, and they have 76. And this thing sells 1,000 times per month. So now I know that you get it. So now it's time to move on. So this is my formula. I have a quota where I say I never, ever, ever guess about success. I calculate it and I measure it and I make sure I get it right the first time so I don't have to do it again any other time. All right, so the first thing I need to know about every product is whether or not it's profitable. Common sense. 2, I need to know what my return on investment is going to be. 3, I need to know how many FBA sellers there are. An FBA seller is simply means that this particular seller sends their products into Amazon, as Amazon takes care of everything else. Number 4, how many merchant sellers are there? A merchant seller doesn't ship their products into Amazon. They'll just list the products on the Amazon website, and Amazon will notify them once they make a sale, and then they are responsible for shipping that product out themselves. All right, number 5, I need to know how much competition my inventory has. I mean, it's not super important, but it's always good to know so you can calculate whether or not they'll be out of stock by the time you get that product into Amazon yourself. Number 6, the bestseller rank. Is this product going up in value or is it going down in value? Number 7, am I eligible to sell it? Very important, almost more important than anything else. If you're not eligible to sell something, then you're going to have to either go find another product or you're going to have to learn the ungating process. And that's what the process is, simply makes you eligible to sell something that initially you aren't. Number 8, it's always good to know how many times a product is selling per month. And number 9, yes, you can sell products internationally on Amazon. And I'm going to show you that in a second. And then 10, as you know, as you become one of my mentees, I'm going to also teach you trade secrets that I've discovered over the years that places my Amazon business heads and shoulders above my competition's businesses. And so in a nutshell, this is how the whole process works. Of course, we source products first from retailers, and then we'll graduate and start getting our products straight from the horse's mouth, the manufacturers, wholesalers, suppliers, and distributors. So we get our products from those particular entities at a low price. We have those products shipped into Amazon and stored at a fulfillment center. And they go live on the Amazon website. Amazon sells them for us at a higher price. We pocket the difference, and then we just rinse and repeat. And come close for a second. I know you see it on the screen, but I just want you to know this. You can do this with an unlimited amount of products. Unlimited. So, you know, if you want by the end of this year, if you want to have 10,000 products, bring you in a nice return on investment and a nice profit, no problem. If you only want 50, no problem. The amount of products is also directly related to how much money you'll be making. All right, so we're going to pause right here and take a few questions, and then jump back in and finish this presentation because I know it's playoff time.
Yeah, I'm looking for some questions, man. I don't really see any questions. It's
All
more
right.
like statements. I'll let you see them if you want to see them.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and jump back in. Let me wrap it up.
Okay, no problem.
All right. So, as I was saying before, once you get started selling in the United States, I'm going to show you how to automatically get ungated to sell in all of North America. So that means the United States, Canada, and Mexico, right? So, if you're selling your products in just these three marketplaces and you're making $10,000 a month, then you branch out to the UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Netherlands, Japan, Singapore, the United Arab Emirates, Brazil, Australia, India. Now you'll be multiplying your success by a factor of 10. All right. So if you're making $10,000 a month by selling in those other marketplaces as well, you're probably going to be able to multiply that $10,000 a month by a factor of 10, in which case you'll probably balloon to making somewhere close to 100K per month. All right. So one of the things I teach you is that before you even make a purchase at any of these retailers, how to qualify for cash back. That's just free money that you're going to get that, you don't even have to earn. It's just, you're going to buy something, then I can show you what extensions to use. So they'll say, hey, we'll give you, some of this affiliate money in terms of cash back for you making a purchase through our website. So no problem. Now, I'm part of this Facebook group called Arbitrage Income, and somebody posted this message in a group. And in a nutshell, they basically said they told a friend about the Amazon store, and then the friend went and opened up an Amazon account and basically stole and copied all of their products. So listen, this is not multi-level marketing. This is not a pyramid scheme. This is not a sweepstake. This isn't trading, anything like that. You don't have to ask anyone to come to your Amazon website and purchase anything from you ever. Matter of fact, you want to keep your Amazon store a secret. And because Amazon is going to give you all the free customers you could ever want for your Amazon business for life. That's another great entity of this business that makes it so lucrative, is that all you have to do is send the products in, and Amazon is going to send the customers straight to your products. And before you even send the product in, you'll know how many times a month it's already selling. There's no guesswork. Men lie, women lie, the numbers don't. All right, now, this is another infamous question I get a lot. Is Amazon oversaturated? Well, I'm going to let you decide for yourself, but here's an important statistic to put that in perspective. All right. So in the United States alone, there are 350 million people. All right. 350 million people. As you can see right here, Amazon makes $638 million each and every day, every single day. So if we just did the math, that means that Amazon could pay every single person in the United States, every man, woman, and child, all 350 million people, $1,000 a day, and they would still profit $288 million every single day. So does that sound like saturation to you? And think about this. You start paying every person in the United States $1,000 a day, no more poverty, no more homelessness. I mean, these things that still exist, no more crime. You will eliminate these things altogether. Now, you'll create a whole nother segment of problems, but you'll pretty much eliminate poverty because now everybody's making $30,000 a month. Now, some people will get even more wealthier and some people will decrease in wealth, but every single month, you'll still get that $30,000 stipend from Amazon. So, if you want to change the world, that's a good place to start, but we're not going to get into that. But this just answers the question definitively that Amazon is not oversaturated. That's complete nonsense. All right, so here's a snippet of my Amazon account. It's a screenshot, and this is a balance of $26,584, right? $4,000 in total sales. I had 16 orders, and you can see I sell in 9 different Amazon marketplaces. All right, but that's not good enough. So this is a video of where I first arrived in Santo Domingo. I lived here for 6 months when I first arrived in the DR. I'm sitting at my kitchen table. There's my secondary phone, 2 remote controls, and my Cohiba. And this is my computer setup. I had a gaming laptop at the time, and I had a monitor that you attach to it. They gave me 3 monitors. And as you can see, 2 days later, now my balance has ballooned to $32,784.52. All right. So what I'm doing now, I'm holding my phone and I'm refreshing the screen, and it keeps trying to convert me over to Spanish because I'm in the Dominican Republic, and just refreshing the screen. And you're going to see the whole screen refresh so you can see there's no smoke and mirrors. There's no Photoshop. This is real. $712 in sales. And this is early in the morning. It's like 11 o'clock a.m. at the time when I did this. And so I just wanted you to see that. And now, if that isn't convincing enough, I happened to take this picture while I was at the ATM. So you can see my USAA debit card. You can see my big ass hands holding the debit card right there. And the last 4 digits of my ATM card is 7854, right? And now when you look down on the ATM machine, you can see the same exact digits, 7854, but the flash is blocking out the 4 because, I wasn't intelligent enough to turn the flash off. So please forgive me. But as you can see in my savings account, that's $100,000. In my checking account, that's $1.298 million. So let's just call that $1.3 million, right? So not only am I talking the talk, am I walking the walk, not only am I legitimate, but I'm so forthcoming and transparent that people buy plane tickets and fly to the DR to sit down and meet me and train with me in person. And this is the level of service that I'm going to give you to try to ensure that you succeed, because I'm going to just walk you through this step by step and give you the same exact blueprint. So I'm not just a marketer behind a computer talking about, hey, here's my course. I made $50 million with Amazon. I'm one of the top sellers. No, none of that. That's just all smoke, blowing smoke at you. They just want your money. And then after that, you go watch 4 million videos until you tap out. This isn't none of that. All right. Now, if that isn't enough, how about some bank statements? All right. All right. I'll just try to be as transparent as possible. So you can see right here, this is my bank statement from last year doing the Amazon business. This is April to May, 35,000, right? This is my bank statement from July into August, another 32,000. And then here's my bank statement from August into September. And as you can see, the cutoff period was the 25th, and my balance was 16,000. But Amazon paid me out 2 days later, and so my balance would have really been 33,000 because I got paid out another 17,000. So I don't know how much more transparent I could possibly be. I've never seen a marketer do this ever. Show you his bank statements, show you his bank account, and then show you his actual account. So, no fluff, no hype. And here's where I live in the DR. Here's a video presentation of my villa. So you can see that everything matches up, the money, the lifestyle, and all I like to do now is just help people give back. I have everything I want. So here's my villa. It's humongous, 2 levels. And so this is just me welcoming you. That's a shot of the living room. This is the kitchen. That's the pool, the patio, the little patio chairs right next to the pool. You got coconut trees in the back. You got papaya trees in the front. That's the gazebo and the grill. That's the massage room. That's the master bedroom. That's the guest bedroom on the right. That's the guest bedroom on the left. And, this is where I've been now for the past 10 months. And in another 2 months, I'm going to be leaving here. And yes, my teeth are super white, and I had my teeth done in Santo Domingo last year. That was $10,000. And so, and the villa is $3,000 a month, just in case you want to know. And I have a rental car that costs $1,200 a month. And I purchased 2 motorcycles, one for myself, one for my girlfriend. And so, you know, life has been good. You know, I grind, I hustle, but the work isn't hard. Amazon is an easy business. You just need somebody to show you the steps. And, you know, I've been making money for the better part of 8 years now. And I've just been living my best life, 15 countries, 3 continents, 41 states. And this is one of my favorite things I've ever done. It's called Parapente. And this is in Medellin, Colombia. And you're just sailing through the clouds for an entire hour and a half. And my only advice is make sure you go when it's super warm or the hottest day possible, because at that altitude, it's very cold. I was freezing, but I was trying to, you know, keep it together. So, but if you ever in Medellin or you ever get a chance to indulge in parapente, make sure you jump down on that. So I'm just gonna run through some more lifestyle images real fast. So this is me in Atlanta skydiving. This is some of the other locations I've been. Of course, I got a thing for motorcycles. This is in Punta Cana. And of course, I'm taking a helicopter ride, and I love chartering catamarans or little private yachts. Love penthouses. And when you're traveling, you meet some of the best people from all over the world. And it's like everybody's on vacation. Beautiful women, you know, funny guys. And it's just always a blast. It's always a good time. All right. And this is a picture of me at the top of Tres Cruces Mountain. That stands for 3 crosses in Medellin. And as you can see in the valley, Medellin, Colombia is built in between 2 mountains. And you can see the whole city right beneath me in the valley. Before the pandemic, when I lived in Atlanta, every other month, I would jump on a plane and fly to Dallas, Texas to go to Spa Castle. Excellent. Hotel, restaurant, 24-hour spa facility, 2 Olympic-sized swimming pools, tanning beds, saunas, just everything, massages. They even have a gigantic room where you could take a nap, and the floors are heated. So when you lay down on the mats, you can feel the heat coming up from the floor, and it puts you to sleep almost instantly. So it was just one of my favorite places to go. But of course, the pandemic messed that up. But things are probably getting back to normal now. All right, so this is Halloween celebrating in Medellin, Colombia. I was dressed up as Neo. Whitewater rafting in Costa Rica. Indoor skydiving before I went outdoor skydiving. I had to learn the mechanics first. I was a season ticket holder to every sports franchise in Atlanta. The Braves, the Atlanta United, the Falcons, and the Hawks. So whenever I wasn't traveling, I was at all the games, just having a good time, drinking beer, turning up, eating those big hot dogs, nachos. And that was my travel partner at the time, Lemire. Shout out to Lemire. All right, and then here I am at a penthouse in Cartagena, smoking one of my favorite things to smoke, a Cohiba, zip lining in Costa Rica, rock climbing, Totimo volcano in Cartagena, just having a good time. Horseback riding, 4-wheeler, exploring Tennessee, Rock City, Segway tours. 2 out of my 3 cars, these are identical. One is black, one is white. These are the Lincoln MKZ hybrids. You don't have to plug them in. You just put gas in it and go. It'll take you almost over 550 miles. And so just love them to death. Panoramic sunroof. They're fast. Beautiful cars. They can parallel park themselves. This is my 3rd baby right here. This is the BMW i8 with the gold wing doors. And 2 of my other favorite vehicles are these 2 bikes that you see hanging up in my garage. So they actually fold in half, and that's what you see right there. They're folded in half, and I used to hang them up, and I could easily take them down, put them in a car, and I would take dates to the Silver Comet Trail. And the bikes are electric, so after you unfold them and you lock them in place and you get on them, you pedal as far as you can, like 10, 20 miles, and then you come back on electricity, and it was just loads of fun. I used to love doing that. All right, and here's my apartment. It's like a luxury high-rise apartment in Santo Domingo. And I spent the first 6 months here when I arrived in Santo Domingo. And you can see beautiful view, Tresentine floors. But right next door, they were building a brand new shopping mall that you can see in the right-hand corner of this picture. And it was just a lot of construction noise every single day. And so I was like, man, I got to move to a quieter location. So I tried to find, a villa inside Santo Domingo, but that was very difficult. They don't have a lot of villas there. You got to pretty much go to Punta Cana or come here to where I am now in Sosua. This is a nighttime view. This is during Christmas time. And, I had a makeshift Christmas tree. And here I'm on a field trip in Tennessee with another group of Amazon sellers from the ATL. As you can see, I live and breathe this business. This is all I do. And if you haven't figured it out, this is digital real estate. You don't have to buy a house anymore and fix it up. And next thing you know, you got to repair the roof. That's another $15,000. The plumbing is messed up. You got to redo all the plumbing. It's termite infested. So you got to bring in de-infestation. You don't have to do none of those. You don't have none of those heartaches with the building code and different contractors. No, all you got to do is buy a product brand new and resell it brand new. It can't get any simpler than that. And I don't have to tell you that retail is dying. You see it right in front of your face all over the United States. All right. And so these major retailers are closing all of these stores. I mean, it's crazy. I grew up with JCPenney's and now they're closing 138 stores. My nephews and I used to love GameStop because we used to get all our video games from GameStop, but they're closing 180 stores. Abercrombie and Fitch was probably situated in every store in America, but now they're closing 60 stores. And Sears, Macy's, and Staples, they're staples of the retail businesses in the United States, but retail is dying. All right, and so I'm always on the ground doing my research because I like to know what my competition is charging. And so this is a company called Automation Alliance. And I reached out to them and they sent me over a contract. It was like, okay, if you want to join and we'll teach you the Amazon business and set you up with an Amazon account, it's going to cost you $18,000. So after I reviewed their document, I politely responded in the email, no, thank you, go to hell. I'm gonna keep my $18,000. And they wanted 50% of my profits into perpetuity. That's way too high. If they would have said maybe 15%, maybe, but still they would have to come down off that $18,000 price. It's way too inflated, but that's my competition. All right, there's another company, Amazon Automation. Now they want you to have $50,000 just working capital just to talk to you. And then you got to pay $15,000 just for an aged Amazon account. And they're only going to pay you 2% every single month of your profits. So again, as you can see, these companies will leave you high and dry and snatch the shirt off of your back. So I don't recommend that this is something that you do. And here's a virtual assistant. And the virtual assistant can get your account and they'll manage your account for you. And they can get you up to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. However, they also want 50% of your profits. So yeah, they got you up to $40,000 a month, but you're only making $20,000 a month once you actually get your profits. So this isn't something that you want to do. All right. Now, if you're the type who think that you could do better and you like to take shortcuts, then I would suggest you go over to Udemy and grab one of these $120 Udemy courses. But these are just outlines. They're not going to teach you anything. You're going to pay your $120 and you're going to look at the course, watch a couple of videos, and you'll probably never log into the course ever again. And you just wasted $120. You can't get anything of value for $120, especially financial freedom. All right. So, and as you can see, there's a lot of people who like to cut corners and cheat and try to, manipulate the system and take an easy shortcut to wealth. but you can't do that. So this person has sold over 25,000 courses. He sold almost 6,000 courses, and he sold 1,000 courses. And so all 33,000 of these people who purchased these courses, I can guarantee you 99% of them failed, because this $120 course isn't going to teach you what you need to know to build financial freedom. All right, so here's what I charge. All right, I have two plans. Plan A is a one-time payment of $2,500, and I take an equity stake in your Amazon business for just 15%. So again, I don't charge you $18,000. I don't charge you $15,000. For my mentorship and teaching you in person, one-on-one, I have the lowest price point on the internet for the value that I give and what I teach. That's why clients fly in to train with me in person, and they don't mind spending that extra money for the plane ticket to come train with me, because the value is so high, because I'm giving back. I don't have to do this. I'm just doing this because I like to keep my karma clean, and I like blessings coming my way. And every now and then, to receive blessings, you have to initiate blessings. Now, if you don't want to pay me 15% of your profits every 2 weeks, no problem. You don't have to go with plan A. You can go with plan B. And plan B is a one-time investment of $7,500, and it's an equity buyout, because that allows you to keep 100% of your profits. So, if you don't have $7,500, no problem. You can get started for a one-time investment of $2,500, and I'll take that 15% equity stake in your business, and I'll be helping you grow your business the whole way, because now the more money you make, the more money I make. So that 15% means I'm invested in your success, and I'm going to ensure that you succeed and put in the work, because I'm going to ride you like a stallion to the finish line during the Kentucky Derby. Now, if you are a crafty entrepreneur and you have the money, then $7,500 is the way to go, because that way you keep 100% of your profits. And, if you choose plan A, even if you get ready to sell your Amazon account a year from now, let's say you're making $20,000 a month, right? And you get ready to sell your Amazon business. So $20,000 a month, let me see, times 10 is 200,000, boom, boom, that's $240,000 a year. So you can sell your Amazon business for a 2-year evaluation. So that means that whoever comes and buys your Amazon business will have to pay you 2 years of profit. So that's 2 years of making $20,000 a month. So they would have to pay you almost $500,000 to buy your Amazon business. And at that case, they're going to pay you $500,000. You'll pay me 15% of that. And then you'll take, the rest of that money, and you'll just go back in, open up another Amazon account, start a brand new Amazon business, and do the whole thing over again. You'll grow it back to $20,000, $30,000 a month, and then you'll sell it and flip it. And so that's just another segment of this business model. Or maybe you decide to just grow it to $100K a month, maybe even larger. And yeah, you could make a whole lot more than that. I make between $30,000 and $35,000 every single month, but I know some sellers who make $1 million a month. So 35,000 seems like a lot of money, but it really isn't, especially when you could be making $500,000 a month on Amazon, or $1 million a month on Amazon. It's more than possible. It just depends on how much money you need personally to live your best life. Now, you do have some monthly expenses, but before I get to the monthly expenses, I want to remind you that I set you up with success. So whether you choose plan A for $2,500 or plan B for $7,500, I'm going to send you over to a credit repair expert who's going to repair your credit for free. Then I'm going to have my credit repair expert set your LLC completely up correctly the first time, so you won't have to ever do it again. So she's going to get you a limited liability corporation. She's going to get you an EIN number from the IRS. She's going to get you a business license, a business bank account. I'm going to help you get the reseller's permit, and then she's going to help you get a business address, a 1-800 phone number, and a business website. And then last but not least, she's going to register your business for Dun & Bradstreet. What does this accomplish? Well, when you get ready to graduate from the kiddie pool to the big boy level, now you could do businesses with major corporations: Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Michael Kors, Under Armour, Mattel, Disney, Lego, Uno, Marvel, all those major brands you could do business with. So this is why I set you up this way. We repair your credit. So one, if you need funding, you'll be able to get credit funding. And two, you'll have an official business. So now you can start to contract and do businesses with major brands. And here are your monthly expenses. You pay a one-time $49 fee for the prep and ship center that we're going to use to store all your products, because you're not going to have products shipped to your house unless you absolutely want to. All right. You're going to need 6 softwares in order to operate this business. There are the costs of the monthly software. All right. So the cheapest is $37 a month. No, the cheapest is $17 a month. And the most expensive software that you'll need is $139 a month. So that brings up your monthly expenses to operate your business to $414. Now, if you want a virtual assistant, it's not necessary that you have one, but when you want to start growing your business, then you want to bring in a virtual assistant, probably anywhere from 3 to 6 months down the line. And that virtual assistant will help you start managing and operating your business. And of course, that's going to increase your monthly expenses. But of course, by then you'll be making more than enough money to actually have several virtual assistants. And so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. Again, I'm Master Wayne. I only have a limited number of slots left. This whole mentorship is filling up fast. Once I train 30 more clients, that's it. I'm closing the mentorship, and I'm probably going to go join my best friend, PhillyDom, in Brazil, and then we're going to turn up. So Philly, if you have any questions, then please go ahead and put them up on the screen.
Yeah, okay, I will. Hold on. No, that's not it. Hold on.
What's up, Rich's Method? Hey, man, make sure you reach out to me and send me an email. I've been watching some of your videos. I love your content, by the way. And you're right. Anybody willing to put in the work can do this, but it's more than just putting in the work, because Amazon has a lot of pitfalls. And if you make mistakes or you do things wrong, like dropship on Amazon, then Amazon can suspend you and put you out of business. I've seen it happen many times, or a lot of times Amazon would deactivate your account over all of those pitfalls. So, this is what I do. I take care of all the pitfalls for you. But you're absolutely right. You can do this if you have enough time to dedicate to learn it. All right, Philly, mute your mic so I can. All right, and since Amazon cancels all accounts that are drop shippers, what makes this different than drop shipping? All right, Richards, I almost just covered that. I just saw your question, but great question. So you actually can drop ship on Amazon. And again, this comes with knowledge of being on a platform for almost 10 years. But in order to drop ship correctly on Amazon, what you have to do is you have to only use suppliers who mail out their products in a non-discrete box. The box can't have any branding on it. It just got to be in a plain old brown box. All right. So if you try to drop ship your products from Walmart, it's going to arrive in a Walmart box, or Target. It's going to arrive in a Target box. That'll get you banned. What we do different, we do it directly by Amazon's rules and its terms and conditions. So what I teach you how to do is, yes, you can go to Walmart and buy the product from Walmart or buy the product from Target. I then show you how to send those products to what's called a prep and ship center. So when that product arrives at the prep and ship center, they'll debox all your products, take it out the box, first thing they do is inspect it to make sure that it's not broken and it's still operational and it actually is brand new and authentic, so you don't hit with a counterfeit strike. And then they rebox it up, and that's why they call a prep center, because they'll rebox it up, and then they'll put it in the box, they'll weigh it, they'll print out the shipping labels, and boom, they'll label all your products, and then they'll send it into Amazon exactly how Amazon wants it, per their terms and conditions and specifications. And then Amazon puts it up on their shelves, and it goes live on the Amazon website. And when it sells, either an employee or a robot picks it off the shelf, takes it to the dock, they put it on a truck, and boom, it goes out to the customer. And this is called Amazon FBA. So that means by doing it this way, all the products that myself and my clients sell, they qualify as Amazon Prime. And so that way, when the customer goes to the Amazon website and they purchase it, then that product qualifies for Amazon Prime 2-day shipping. So that's what gives us priority over all the other sellers on Amazon, because most of them are FBM sellers. They ship it out themselves, but that doesn't qualify for Amazon Prime 2-day shipping. But yeah, great question, Richard. All right, last question. What percentage of his living is made from the courses, and what percentage is from actually selling on his Amazon? So, Richard, you probably joined a little too late to actually see, but what I show is my actual Amazon account. I refreshed the screen and I showed a screenshot, and I showed that I averaged between 30 and 35,000 from my Amazon business myself. So that's $35,000 a month just from my Amazon business. And I also showed my bank statements, so you can see those deposits going in my bank statements. But what I didn't show, or what I never show, is how much money I make from actually teaching people this Amazon business. So from teaching this course alone, I generally make about an extra $20,000 a month. So that brings my income to about $55,000 a month from teaching it and making money on Amazon. Like, I have a client right now who just started selling in Canada. And when you start selling in another marketplace like Canada, Mexico, and you're shipping your products directly into that marketplace, it's like selling on Amazon 10, 15 years ago, but there's no competition. So again, I hope that answers your question. So none of the income that I show on this presentation is from my course. It's all from my Amazon business that I've been doing now for 9 years. And I also have private label products, and I don't even showcase those because that's not what I'm teaching you here. I'm teaching you just the arbitrage and wholesale portion of the business. But I do have private label products too. My very first private label products was a pair of nail clippers. I reached out to some manufacturers all over the world. I zoned in on some Chinese manufacturers. I got them into a bidding war, and I was able to get my nail clippers produced for 36 cents per piece. I named them the smiley face nail clippers. I put a big smiley face logo on them. People that have copied them since then. And I retailed them on Amazon for $12.99. Amazon took about $5 out for their fee, and I used to profit about $7.50 for my profit from each nail clipper. So not only do I teach private label, but I also teach retail arbitrage, where you can go into the stores, you can scan the products. You can also do this with online arbitrage, where you don't have to touch anything. And this is actually the best method, because if you're going to want to travel and live your best life, you want to have this whole process automated. So this is what I bring to the table. It's just, I'm an Amazon guru. That's why they call me Master Wayne, because I teach everything from A to Z in an easily digestible format, like you're a 6-year-old. So that's kind of my secret. But yeah, great question, Richard. Keep them coming, man. I love them.
If you see other questions in there, I'm looking.
Nah, but hey, Richard. So I've been living here in the Stewart, and I've been watching your videos, right? And just looking at your questions and how you articulate the format in your videos, I'm kind of laughing because I'm like, okay, yeah, these are the type of questions that you would ask because you're very systematic and pragmatic with your questioning, and you break everything down the same way in your YouTube videos. So I can appreciate that. I was watching one video where you were talking about the passport bros and you were trying to break it all down. And here's my take on that. So there are 350 million people in the United States, right? And African Americans only make up about 13%. So if we just did the math on that, let's just call that 35 million people, right? Now, so that means about 35 million African Americans, little more, little less, right? We're going to estimate. So now, if you break that number down to for the passport bros, how many of that 35 million would be women of a dating age? And we can immediately estimate that down to about maybe in between 8 to 12 million would be suitable women to date in the United States, right? And so now if we look at a world perspective in terms of women who are suitable at that right age to date, then you're looking at a pool of about 2.5 billion women. So, the whole argument that women are making with the passport bros is that, yeah, they're upset that we're now leaving the United States and dating abroad, but it's simply a mathematical equation. So do you want to date from a pool of women of 8 to 12 million, or do you want to date from a pool of women of 2.5 billion? So when you look at it that way, it destroys any argument and it breaks it down. It's like everybody wants to live their best life. And in order to do that, you got to give yourself the best chance to do something mathematically. And so it's not always about what we think and what we love. It always comes down to a mathematical equation. It's like, when you see Steph Curry shoot that ball, there's a probability that of 40% that it's going in. And that's one of the highest in the NBA. So, we don't always process everything in a math equation, but everything comes out to be a mathematical equation. Even love. I'll break that down a little bit later. But that's it. There's no more questions. I know you guys enjoyed it. Okay, Rich's Method is saying, I have to say about 10 years ago, I used to do drop shipping, cell phones, then Bitcoin miners, used a Chinese website similar to Alibaba. Yes, sir. So I actually started out drop shipping myself. I was married at the time. It was like early 2013. And I was laying in bed with my wife, and she was on Amazon and eBay shopping simultaneously along with Etsy. And she was going back and forth. And I was like, wait, go back. And I saw a product on Amazon that was double the price on eBay. And it's like coincidentally, that sparked a light bulb in my head. And so 3 days later, I got an email from it used to be a company called Dropship Domination. And they broke down the whole drop shipping business model. So it's basically copy products over from Amazon, list them on eBay, sell them at double the price. That money would go straight into your PayPal account once somebody purchased the product on eBay. You go back to Amazon, you buy the product and ship it straight to your customer. Now, every now and then you'll get a customer that will complain, I ordered this from eBay, but it came in an Amazon box. But, that was neither here nor there. And so I did that for a good year and a half, built up my money, and then I went into private label. And that's pretty much how I got started. So, yeah, I understand that you got started with Bitcoin miners and drop shipping too with cell phones. And so that was the move back then. But nowadays, now you could do this on a much bigger scale. You can turn it into a fully fledged business, and you can live the life of your dreams like I'm doing now, and now that I'm doing for my clients. I got 4 clients making over 10K, and another handful, probably about 12, making it between $2,000 a month and $7,000 a month. And then I got like another 7 to 8 new clients coming up, and they're making their first couple of $100 every single month. Yeah, man, I love how you break down the whole dating thing. And, while you're breaking it down, you're not just throwing out some, random scenes. You actually are filming like you're doing a walk by, or you're on a bike and you're all up in the hills in Puerto Plata. So I could appreciate that because, you know, I'd like to get on my motorbike and just ride around and explore. And so just listening to you drop that knowledge about, you know, how they'll try to trap you, adore you, or chapita you. And I know a lot of subscribers right now don't know all that lingo, but, you know, if you've ever spent any time in the DR, Santo Domingo, Puerto Plata, Sosua, and then that's something you'll learn fairly quickly. But yes, sir, Rich's Method, make sure you hit me up, man. We got a lot to talk about. And yeah, as I normally say, you want to increase your odds. Absolutely, man. That's what life is all about. You know, it's like if I came to you with an offer and I said, listen, I'm going to give you 10 balls. Do you want 10 balls or do you want one ball? And I'm going to let you shoot a half court shot. And, you know, you're going to win $1 million if you make it. Obviously, 99%, if not 100% of every person given that offer is going to say, okay, give me 10 balls as opposed to one ball. So, you know, no one should be upset, you know, when a man or woman gets their passport and they want to start dating internationally because they're opening themselves up to a dating pool of almost 2.5 billion people instead of just a few million. So yeah, it's men lie, women lie, numbers don't. All right. Appreciate you as always, Philly. I'm about to go watch the game like everybody else. Riches, make sure you hit me up. And listen, guys, it's tax time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's tax time. Don't waste your refund. We're in a recession. I have an attorney friend, and he said every week there are thousands of evictions and foreclosures being filed by his law firm, and this is happening all over the country. So the recession is here. Gas prices are up way in the roof. And of course, we're going through hyperinflation. So start saving your money, start a business, because this is where wealth is made. People with money always get wealthier during a recession, whereas people without the money or people who just work a regular 9 to 5 end up further in debt. So just a little advice. Much love. Appreciate you, Philly. Appreciate you, Richards. Master Wayne signing off.